Listen to your favorite shows live and on demand 24/7. Download the 77 WABC mobile app now. It's the left versus the right. In the right corner, Dominic Carter. In the left corner, it's Anthony Weiner. Now, to the Bernard McGurk Studios, it's a 77 WABC debate. The melee in the metropolis.
So welcome back to Left versus Right. Anthony Weiner on the left, Dominic Carter on the right. Dominic, it's getting close. Only 93 days today, and we will have an election. You starting to get a little fired up? You starting to feel that it's coming?
Well, when you say it's getting close, I know you're doing the time reference countdown.
Yeah,
but it's not getting close.
Well, it's also
Trump is headed back to the White House. We're looking. Go ahead.
No, you can start out with the predictions and get out of the way.
Okay.
Since you like to do it every show.
Okay, but no. Well, my predictions turn out right, except for one. And so Trump is headed back to the White House. We're looking at the female Obama. Except for at least Obama would answer questions.
So it's funny. It's funny that I do these nice, gentle openings, throw it to you to say a word of hello, welcome our audience in, get them seated down with their cup of tea, and you just start with the hammer. You start with the right hands immediately.
No. I know what you're doing here. You, Anthony.
I'm the good guy.
You're borrowing a
white
line.
hat, black hat.
You're borrowing a line from the National Association of Black Journalists where that ABC correspondent embarrassed herself when Trump sat down and she didn't even say hello, Mr. President, or anything like that.
So that's what
wait for the jugular.
You think that's what people are talking about, the question. They're not talking about his answer. Let's
talk
about that a little.
Talking about the answer.
What did you think of it? We can, I don't know, we might not already argue about it that much. What did you think of it? Do you think it was a good answer on his part? Do you think it's something you would have probably advised him not to say? Where are you? You're in a better position for obvious reasons than I am to comment on this. You are a black journalist. You are black. Tell me. Yes, both of those things are true. Even if you're not watching on YouTube, you can probably tell. No, but I'm being serious. What do you think? Because last week you and I got kind of heated because I said I'm giving Donald Trump some free advice.
Kinda.
Yeah, I know. Some free advice. I said, don't do the race thing, man. It's not smart. You leaned into it, and now he's leaning even further into it. What do you think about what he said?
He didn't lean into it. It was a loaded question that came from one of the ladies on the panel
about his record on race.
No, it was a question specifically about whether Kamala Harris is a DEI hire. That was the exact question.
No, he did that even the first question. Was he DEI hire?
I'm telling you exactly what happened.
But what did you think about his answer saying she just became black?
But it's important to point out.
Set it up however you want.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
But it's important to point out how this came about. Trump didn't sit down and go, Kamala Harris all of a sudden is black.
Well, he did say it, but almost at the very top of the thing.
No, it wasn't at the top.
So you don't think it was planned?
Okay. Let me just finish.
I'm sorry.
Please.
Go ahead.
So he was asked the question by the journalist, and then he responded. Everything he said, whether it was planned or not, was absolutely correct. I know in the world
that she discovered she was black recently.
Wait. I'll listen to your counter argument. I know in the world of political correctness. Oh, Trump, how can you say that? But if someone is biracial, right?
Okay.
And you play up one aspect for years to benefit you, and now, even though she did go to the historically black Howard University, wait a minute, and now all of a sudden you're playing up the other element. That's being an absolute hypocrite.
Okay, so you think what he said was fine?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's what I was asking. I want to understand something. You say that she played up the Indian thing. You have been spending the last 4 weeks calling her black. You didn't once mention Indian. Do you think that she has not been black until recently? Is that your view? Do you agree with that?
No. What I just said is that she played up early on in her career. Let's face it.
No, I'm not talking about what Trump. Let's focus on what Trump said. Trump said she discovered she was black recently. You don't believe that, do you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So when did that happen? Do you think?
When she decided that she wanted to catapult to be on the ticket with Biden.
Wait, but she was a black candidate running for AG. She was a black candidate running for.
Okay, because
all throughout her career,
her benefit. It worked to her benefit. I don't understand the point. I could show you videos where she's on cooking shows playing up the Indian American.
I'm sure she did.
Aspect.
I'm sure she did. But I'm asking you the question, Donald. You said you agree with Donald Trump when he says she recently discovered she was black.
No,
You can go back to her first campaigns,
but it's not,
you said that she got her appointments back with Willie Brown because she was black.
Okay.
When did this just happen in your and Donald Trump's mind?
No. The appointments with Willie Brown was because of the personal relationship.
When did she discover she was black in your mind?
We don't want to deal with that.
Dominic, when did she discover she was black in your mind?
First of all, that's a loaded question.
I'm just asking you what Donald Trump meant.
Trump didn't say that she just discovered that she's black. Let me finish.
He did. I can play the tape if you want.
His point was that she's now playing it up. And that she did not play it up in the past.
And you know that that's wrong, right?
No,
she did not run for Senate as the Asian American candidate. She was the black candidate.
Okay, so when she ran for Senate, did the country... wait, let me finish.
What's the point, though? I don't even get it.
When she ran for Senate, did America have a black president?
Has she ever...
Did America have a black president when she ran for Senate?
At that point,
of course the country did.
But she was Attorney General.
The point I'm trying to make is that once she got into politics, it became very clear to her. She played.
So she tried to hide that she was black.
No, and you're not going to put words
right?
in my mouth. She didn't hide it. I said exactly what I mean.
Why are you defending Donald Trump on this? You know that it's not right. She's not been hiding she's black.
Donald Trump didn't say anything that's wrong.
The whole room full of black media people laughed at him saying, have you ever said in your life that she's hiding that she's black?
They didn't laugh at him. Anthony, the room gave him a very good response.
Okay.
Did you hear any boos?
I heard laughter.
Oh, no.
That's even worse.
Wait. Did you hear any boos?
I heard guffaws when he said...
Okay, I'm asking you a simple question.
I do. I was too... Okay, can we just focus on what he said?
Right, you want to focus on everything? My question. I'll answer any question.
I wasn't listening that carefully. I heard people laughing.
Why can't you just be honest and say, no, you didn't hear any
Dominic, because it's not the point. The point is that he says she discovered she was black and you agreed with her. I don't understand it, but you agree with her. You never once forgot she was black, did you, Dominic?
So you start...
What is the point of saying that? It's racist.
So you start out by asking me...
Do you agree with him?
Let me finish. You start out by asking me the obvious as a black journalist, and then I give you my answer.
That you agree with him.
And you want to ridicule me for my answer.
I want you to explain it.
Okay.
I want you to explain how
you did.
I understand. Humor me because I'm dense. You said she recently discovered, this is what Donald Trump says, that she was black. You said you agreed with her. Which is it, Dominic? Pick a lane so I can figure out the question.
The lane that I'm picking is the correct lane.
Whatever. Which one is it? Did you agree with him or not?
Okay. Trump pointed out, for the 15th time, he was 1,000% accurate.
Okay, now can I ask the follow-up question, please? So he said that she discovered she was black recently. That's what his literal words were.
Okay.
When you say you agree, what do you mean by recently? Since you agree with him, what do you mean she recently became black? Okay. I don't understand that. And no one else in the room seems to understand that he's not explained it yet, so you can be the first on earth to explain it.
Okay. First of all, you're trying to play a political game.
I'm trying to figure... I cannot imagine you agree with him. I'm stunned. You are a shill. You are a shill bending over for him every week, but I can't believe you're doing it this time.
Wait. Me?
Yes.
With the arguments that you make, that
Dominic,
you won't even
you're
criticize
defending
a Democrat.
A racist now. Get out of the way of this one.
Wait a minute. Who says he's a racist?
Every person in that room and anyone who's... When you say to someone...
racist?
Yes, I do, Dominic.
And I say no, he's not.
Out on a limb.
I say no, he's not.
I understand, Dominic. I'm not saying that you believe it. You obviously are in this thing that you are going to agree with him no matter what.
That's not true.
No matter how outrageous it is. Let me ask you this.
That's you.
Do you agree that Harris doesn't like Jewish people?
What?
Donald Trump said that Harris doesn't like Jewish people.
Well, I didn't hear that exact comment.
She said it with our very own Sid Rosenberg.
Okay.
And then she says it over and over again. You've heard him say that over and over again.
No, what I heard him say with Sid Rosenberg, who did an excellent interview, by the way.
I thought it was outrageous to say someone is a crappy Jew. I don't care if it's a colleague of mine or not. That's outrageous. To say someone's a bad Jew. That's outrageous. And for Trump to agree with him rather than correct him, both of those guys are wrong. I love Sid. He's a brother. He's a colleague. You don't call someone a crappy Jew.
Okay. I'm not Anthony. I don't know what's going on with you this week. I'm not going there.
I didn't make any of these remarks, but these are remarks you run away from in a sprint.
You keep asking me questions, and then you won't let me answer the question. So I'm just going to sit here and be quiet. No, because you want to ask me questions.
Okay, I will.
And then you cut me off when I try to answer them.
I'll try it again. Do you agree with Donald Trump when he says Harris doesn't like Jewish people? That's a quote.
Well, I didn't hear that part, right? And I'm not ducking it, right? You can sigh and turn.
I'm rolling
side
my
face
eyes. If
and roll your
anyone,
eyes.
yeah, I mean, come on.
And roll your eyes.
You said it over and over again. It wasn't an accident.
What I heard, let me tell you what I heard. Or are you just not going to let me speak?
I just don't believe you when you say you didn't hear it. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
so let me finish my answer, please,
Sure.
and then you can do anything you want to.
Sure.
I heard where Sid asked him, and I don't want to personalize this by focusing on our colleague Sid Rosenberg. I heard where Trump said, any Jew that votes Democratic, and that's a line that he's used in the past. Basically, he said, you're out of your mind based on where Democrats stand with the Jewish community. That's what I heard.
Okay.
Now what you're telling me...
I'm going to catch you up.
Okay.
Here's a couple of things that he said. He said repeatedly that Harris doesn't like Jewish people. He said it at 3 rallies in a row, and he also said it on with Sid. When Sid said Emhoff, who, by the way, is Harris's husband, is a crappy Jew, Donald Trump agreed. And he also said Chuck Schumer has, quote, has become a Palestinian. Okay? So if you want to say that he's done something for the Jewish community, that's totally fine. To start to use anti-Semitic slurs against people
you're not being factually honest right now.
Which part did I get
because
wrong?
I did hear the part about Schumer.
Yeah.
And what you're leaving out is he chuckled and delivered the line as a joke.
Doesn't matter. You can be a racist as a joke.
Okay.
You can say a joke racist, anti-Semitic thing.
Okay.
Has become a Palestinian.
Well, I mean, he said it, and you know
it's outrageous. So, by the way, I have the quote here from that meeting with African American journalists. He said, Harris, quote, was Indian all the way, and then all of a sudden she made a turn and she became a black person.
Right.
Okay, she became a black person, and you said you agreed. When did she become a black person?
Okay, you keep this is now.
I just want to know. I just want to know when.
No.
I'm surprised that you agreed, but you can clear it up.
No, I'm sorry. You sat down and came up with these dumbass questions.
I didn't. Wait a minute.
To ask me.
Your guy came out of your guy said these things, and he planned to say them at the very beginning.
Seriously, you keep asking me these dumbass, stupid ass questions.
Oh, let's ignore it then.
About when did she become black?
What does he mean?
The inference, and you know exactly.
No,
okay,
she
I've
became.
Said it 9 times.
I understand that.
How many more times do I have to say it?
You've tried to explain that she hid
so
her.
Then why do you keep asking me the same question?
Because you said she hid her blackness because it was.
I didn't say she hid her blackness.
All right, what did you say?
I said she played up the fact that she was Indian American.
I thought you said she played down her blackness.
Okay, for political, I'm going to try this again. And this is the point that Trump was trying to make. For political gain, Kamala Harris, the current vice president,
who went to an HBCU. Pointing out how this woman was downplaying her blackness.
I already. Oh, my God. First of all, notice you're not saying anything about Kamala Harris ducking questions.
We have not even gotten to her yet. We're at this one stupid event that President Trump came out and said stuff that you should have just said, he's an idiot and he shouldn't have said it. I'm still supporting him, but he's a racist. I'm going to move on. Then we'd be on Harris 10 minutes ago, but you're defending him.
Okay, so wait a minute.
You're defending this guy.
How dare you tell me what I'm going to say?
Because it's obvious.
Listen, it's obvious
when someone says something racist.
How do you tell me what I'm going to say?
When someone says something racist, I assume we all stand up against it.
Racist says you.
I'll read it again. She was Indian all the way, and then all of a sudden she made a turn.
Could repeat
and by the way, this is the guy that you defend. Who said Obama wasn't a citizen? Who then said Nikki Haley wasn't a citizen, wasn't born here? I want to see the birth certificate. He's a racist, Dominic. Dominic, own that. You may think he's the best president on earth, but he's a racist.
Here's the difference between me and you. When something is said that is wrong, I will call it out.
It's the same thing, Dominic. Questioning someone's Americanness, questioning someone's blackness, questioning someone's Indianness, questioning someone's Judaism. That's a bigot that you don't want any part of.
So you did a great job with your show earlier, but why don't you just do this show by yourself? Because you won't let me say anything.
I think you've been saying a lot of stuff, and it comes down to you're going to defend Trump for racism, and that's deeply disturbing to me.
Okay, but it's not race. What he didn't say anything that was racist. You and the mainstream media are portraying him as racist. All he said was for political gain. This is what he said. For political gain, she played up her Indian American aspect. early on in her career.
Do you think that's true? Do you think she?
Here we go again.
Do you think
won't
that she?
Let me answer.
Do you think it's true, Dominic?
I just said
she was not the Indian American candidate for AG.
Okay,
she was the black candidate for AG. I don't think, and you told me that. You told me she's an EI hire and didn't once mention Indian for the last 5 weeks, and now suddenly she's the Desi candidate.
Okay.
It's such phoniness.
Okay, I just said yes. Now, how many times are you going to beat a dead horse? I'm not backing up from my position. You keep repeating the same thing.
I want you to explain it to me.
I'm not going to see this the way that you do.
I want you to explain to me.
I've lived my entire life as a black man.
Well, I'm going to give you the evidence. I'm going to give you evidence that you don't believe this. You want to hear it, Dominic?
Go ahead.
You called her a DI hire, didn't you?
Yes.
And when you called her that, what did you mean?
Meaning that she got the job because of on the ticket because of gender, one, as a woman, and two, as a woman of color.
Okay, you did not once mention Indian in 4 weeks. Now you're suddenly defending Trump because you said that's what he meant. She did not run as an Indian. You know it. I know it. She ran as a black woman.
Okay.
And by the way, what's the point that he's making? He's making the point that she's multicultural. Therefore, what? What is the point?
No. Okay, for the 100th time, Anthony. And then let's.
And by the way, Indian. Why do you think Indian is it better to be Indian in California or black? Hey, Dominic. All right, I got the question for you. Let's hear. Dig out of this one, Dominic. Is it better to be Indian in California or black? Politically.
Am I allowed to speak now?
It's a yes. No. It's a super easy question. The answer is black, isn't it, Dominic?
I just want to know: am I allowed to say anything without you cutting me off?
I don't know. You just said, Dominic. Today, the phony meter's broken with you.
It's the phony meter is broken. Week after week, you sit up here an absolute phony.
I don't care. Phony meter.
And your predictions are always wrong. And you're delusional.
She chose to be. She played down that she was black to get elected.
She did.
That's not what you said for 5 weeks until your cult leader came out and said it this week.
Why do you keep calling the man a cult leader?
Because only cults follow blindly their guy when he says racist stuff. Let me ask you something. Is it better politically to be Indian in California or black?
That's a silly question.
It's an obvious question. Just give it the obvious answer.
It's a silly question.
So you're saying she downplayed her black to get elected. I'm curious why anyone would do that.
Okay, I'm going to try it now again. Because you're not helping yourself.
Actually, I just asked the question and you could answer.
Okay, well, I keep answering it and you won't.
No, the question I just answered is it better to be California when she's running?
That's a silly question and I'm not going to answer that.
Okay, in order for your theory to be correct, it would have to be better to be Indian, or else why would she play down her blackness? Right here, it said she all of a sudden made a difference. And Dominic got on the radio today and said that she played down her blackness and up her desiness because being South Asian was somehow better. And I'm asking you, where is South Asian better?
So let me ask you a question. Throughout her career, from her personal relationship with Willie Brown to present, has she been a total opportunist?
What do you mean a total opportunist? She's a politician. Politicians are ambitious. Welcome to the club.
Okay, can you answer my question, please?
What do you mean opportunist? An opportunist to be a prosecutor that ran against the incumbent? I'm answering the question. Opportunity to be a DA, an AG, opportunity to be the United States Senator, the most populous country, opportunity to be a vice president, opportunity to be the president. Yes, he's an opportunist.
You know that I like you, Anthony. You're becoming unhinged. You really are.
Racism boils my blood. Anti-Semitism boils my blood. And when leaders in our country do it, I expect us all to stand up against it.
But you want to tell me what racism is.
Yes. In this case, Dominic, you sat down and defended it.
What racism
you
have you
defended this
faced?
bastard. You defended this bastard.
Now, oh, my God. Now the man is that? Now you're calling him?
Well, the guy, anyone who talks like that about Jews, about blacks, I have no respect for him. And we'll be right back on Left versus Right with Anthony Weiner and Dominic Carter.
It's the left versus the right. Now, to the Bernard McGurk Studios, it's a 77 WABC debate. The melee in the metropolis. 77 WABC.
So we'll go back to Left versus Right. Anthony Weiner on your left, Dominic Carter on your right. WABC always broadcasting Carter, 3 o'clock on the weeks, midnight here on Saturdays. You're doing these little updates. You've been amazing, man. You're on nonstop. And despite it all, you still look perfectly well. Like, for those of you watching on YouTube, you see I'm dressed as you should be in the dog days of August.
Right.
You look sharp.
Well,
French cuffs.
Thank you.
Monogram. Monograms. Anyway, to listen to his program, you just heard mine. You can get all of them on the Red Apple Podcast
Let me
Network.
just say something. This stuff is not personal. obviously, as you can see on YouTube and hear, Anthony is passionate in his beliefs. He's often hopelessly wrong, but he's trying to fight and articulate a position that I know he strongly believes in. And then he's going to turn around and tell you that I don't believe half the things I say.
No, I will say this, that I think there are things that we argue about in politics that are about, different positions, different outlooks. I think that we should be able to say when someone says something that is just crosses a line, we should say the line is crossed. We should say you can't. Okay. And we've gotten so inured in this country to people saying stuff like that.
But Anthony,
it's just bad for the country.
Okay, but Anthony, you asked me my opinion as a black man. I gave you and specifically as a black journalist.
Yeah.
I gave you what you did is what limousine liberals do, right?
Which is what?
And I'm not accusing you of this.
No, which is what?
But to pat black people on the head, I know what's best for you.
No.
What's your opinion? Oh, that's not the right answer.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. But let me say this. I believe that when someone is anti-Semitic, the first person to stand up against it shouldn't be the Jewish guy. It should be other people. And when someone is Islamophobic, it should be the Jewish people standing up. And when someone's racist, it's always been in our country, we have a history of we stand up for one another.
That's true.
So I watched that session. I watched him say those things. And by the way, I think you'll agree with this. He came in, I talked about this a little bit about my show. He came in, and this was right near the top. This was not something that got slipped in. He had thought this through. This was something he was going to. Now, I think it's because he wanted to get the attention away from Harris or whatnot, but I think it's just in keeping with what he's always done. He did it with Nikki Haley. He did it with Barack Obama. Whenever he is up against someone of mixed race, what he does is he tries to make it un-American when it's the most American thing imaginable. And so I frankly think that it was indefensible, and you try to defend it. I just wanted to hear more.
No, I didn't try to defend it. I did an outstanding job defending it. He did not say anything that's racist. You have to understand, Anthony, the left, right? The left.
This isn't just the left, man.
Okay, wait. The left and Democrats. Trump could call the sky blue, and it's blue. And Democrats are going to say it's orange. It's orange.
It's not just us, man. Not just Democrats.
All he said in so many words is that Kamala Harris is a phony, that she's an opportunist, and that she played up initially her Indian American heritage, and now it's cool to be black, right? And now she's consistently a black woman.
We've done this a little bit. I just want to say that one. It's never been cool to be South Asian. That's a much smaller minority than African Americans. So if you think she's an opportunist, why would she ever do that? And two, I will read again what he said. Was Indian all the way, and then all of a sudden she made a turn and became a black person. I went back and watched her ads from the Attorney General race, for the district attorney race. She mentions I come from a mixed family, but she also talks about being from a black unit and standing up for problems with black people. She's been black her entire life, and everyone knows that, including you, because the last several weeks you have been hammering me for that she's using her blackness to get ahead. You never once said she used her Indianness to get ahead when she was in California.
So, all right.
One population is 2% of the population, the other one is 26%. It makes no sense. So rather than try to defend it, saying she was strategically being South Asian, makes no sense, and it's not true. She's been a black candidate forever, and you yourself said it for weeks and weeks.
She is an opportunist. I know. So you mentioned Trump with Obama and the birth certificate.
Yeah.
He was doing it initially for political gain. That was not one of his final moments, right? Now, I can admit that
was a racist.
Okay, excuse me. No,
but it was based on race, wasn't it?
No,
saying he's not born in this country.
No, I would not take it that far.
They put out pictures of him saying he was...
Can I please finish? It was not one of his final moments.
Don't clean it up.
So now, now, you tell me one thing that's wrong with the Democrats. Notice how you don't say anything about, you never admit anything is wrong with Democrats.
Well, so are we done talking about Trump being racist? We can move on to other things.
Okay, can we talk about why Kamala Harris won't take questions?
Sure.
And why she's ducking? And do you think that's appropriate?
Well, it sounds to me, based on what Trump said to Maria Bartiromo yesterday, he's ducking the debate, not Kamala Harris.
I didn't say the debate.
We'll get to the debate. Questions.
Take questions.
So Trump is ducking the debate.
No,
we can move off that if you want.
No, we'll come back. That's ridiculous. Trump is the one.
He said it sounded like he's going to duck it. Maybe he shows up.
What you're doing right now is you're trying to pivot away from the real issue.
No, taking questions.
Okay. We can
head to head, bang bang.
Listen, no, I didn't say head to head.
Mano a mano. Say it to my face,
I didn't say head to head.
All right, whatever. That's what I said. Head to head.
And now you talk about racism, right? When you say head to head, that could be considered racist.
Okay,
that comment right there.
I apologize.
No, you don't have to apologize to me. I'm just telling you, man to man, that comment could be considered racist.
I think Yo has now become. I think since the days of Mars Blackman, it's become an American as apple pie.
Fair enough. But can you please? We'll get to debates. She won't take questions from reporters.
She's been a candidate for 10 days.
Excuse me. Can you explain?
She should.
What?
Okay. She's been a candidate for 10 days.
Is it wrong that she hasn't done it yet?
She should. She's been a candidate for 10 days. I think that's fine. I think it's a fair complaint. All candidates should take questions, but all candidates should debate also. Is Donald Trump
we can get to the debate.
I gave you the answer to the question.
Okay, and what's up with the word salad? You know, we're like the other night when the hostages arrived and Biden is trying to give her advantage by having her on the tarmac with him. And what she said about his leadership, I mean, it's been all over social media in terms of the word salad.
Well, yeah, she did comment on Joe Biden's leadership putting that deal together. That was amazing. How come Donald Trump couldn't do it?
Okay, see, we just spent the whole segment on Trump. And you won't spend
this is a contrast.
Minutes.
This election's a contrast.
But it wasn't a contrast when you wanted to try and hammer me on Trump.
Only Trump has said racist things this week. But yes, we can move on to Harris. You said she should take questions. I'm not sure she should take questions. You complain about word salad. Really? Donald Trump once again did a Hannibal Lecter riff. What is the obsession? Do you agree with him on Hannibal Lecter, by the way?
Here we go again. Everything.
Do you agree with him on Hannibal Lecter?
Are you obsessed with Trump?
He is the opponent in this race of America. Yes.
Okay.
So yes, this is a life and death struggle to make sure he doesn't get back to the White House since he screwed up so badly the first time.
Okay,
it's kind of a big deal.
Wait a minute. I don't look at this election as life or death. I mean, there are serious consequences.
Well, given the fact that he said he is going to pardon insurrectionists, now the Supreme Court said he can violate the law and not get prosecuted, and the guy does not. The guy tried to stop the free exercise of our Constitution. I think he's a danger. He's a clear danger.
You pivoted away from Harris to immediately go back to Trump.
You asked me why I think he's a threat.
Can we talk for 3 minutes about why it's improper for the Vice President of the United States to not take questions from reporters?
Go ahead.
Since it's on you. You spoke for 5 seconds on that.
I would love for her to take questions from reporters. She's going to do it out on the debate stage.
Oh, so you think she should wait until the debate?
No, I don't. Questions, I don't know. All I know is Democrats are winning every time Donald Trump opens his mouth. But if she wants to raise $371 million when Donald Trump only raised $100 million this month, or maybe she wants to go to rallies, maybe when she wants to have 100,000 people on Zoom calls, maybe she wants to close the gap in the polls.
I'm glad you brought up rallies.
Yeah, go ahead.
You called Trump supporters when he came to the South Bronx bubbas. That was your exact
term. It was a funny little joke, but yes, not all bubbas.
Well, I didn't find it funny.
A lot of guys,
and it was offensive.
You did.
But okay,
it was funny when I said a bunch of bubbas and their cult leader.
So what's up with
Megan Thee Stallion?
Yeah, how did you know what I was about to say?
I can see it all over your face. Go ahead.
Wet ass, and then the rest of the word that goes with the song. And talks about the song. Don't pretend. Oh, you know the song. Everybody knows the song. And you think it's appropriate for Megan Thee Stallion to be on stage with young black girls on behalf? No, can we focus solely on Kamala Harris right now, and then we can talk about anything else?
No, you want to talk about Megan Thee Stallion.
Okay.
Explain to everyone, our listeners who are not Megan Thee Stallion fans, explain to them what you're talking about, because I actually don't know either.
Okay. What I'm talking about is it is disgusting.
She has raunchy lyrics? Is that the idea?
Yes. You asked me to explain it.
No, I just want to summarize. I don't need a whole McGill about it.
And then you cut me
I don't need you doing a segment for Hot 97 over here. I just need you to say.
You asked me to explain it, and then you cut me off.
Go ahead.
See, you don't want me to explain it because it makes your candidate look bad. That's why you don't.
She wasn't even on the stage, I don't think.
First of all, she was there on behalf of Vice President Kamala Harris.
So is Kid Rock. We're going to look at his lyrics?
Okay, wait a minute. With the issues that there are in the black community across the country, the last thing that should be happening from the woman that has the potential to be America's first Excuse me.
Amber Rose.
Excuse me. Let me finish. Let me finish. Amber Rose is not as bad as Megan Thee Stallion.
I actually don't know either one of them.
Okay.
I don't know either one of them.
Okay, but
sing us a few bars of Megan Thee Stallion.
I can't sing the song.
Oh, it's too dirty?
It's too dirty.
Okay, so that's the best you got?
No, if you won't let me finish.
All right.
The whole song is about a woman's vagina and what happens in the act of sex you asked me.
I don't want to hear it anymore. I changed my mind.
What happens in the act of sex?
Eric,
let me finish, please.
I'm just telling our producer.
What happens in the act of sex when a woman is aroused?
Okay,
and that's
so okay.
That's
enough.
No.
We don't need more.
No, I'm not going to describe much more. The song is with Cardi B. And the chorus of the song, every couple of bars, is wet ass, and then you figure out the rest.
All right, great.
And okay, wait a minute. I want to ask you a question. And with the problems before Black America and the problems before young black people, you think it's appropriate for Democrats to put Megan Thee Stallion on stage?
I'm against that. I am 100% against that. Don't ever do that again. Okay. Whew. Okay, let's move on, though.
Right. Right. Right,
so
okay.
the things that you want to go deeper and deeper into, I think you just like seeing me blush on YouTube.
No.
You did it a couple of weeks ago, something else where I was like so cringing. Right. Anyway, okay, so that's the best you got. Someone who opened for Kamala Harris has bad lyrics. I will say this. Let me say this. I remember a day in politics, not so long ago, where if you worked on a campaign and you played some music during their opening or closing, you read every line of the lyrics because you want to make sure no reporter like Dominic Carter back in the day would read a line and say, aha, what does this mean? Obviously, that doesn't happen anymore. Now they're just trying to appeal to whomever. Kid Rock, Megan, whatever.
No.
It was a great event.
No,
otherwise.
You're not going to get away that easy. They're not trying to appeal to anybody. It's trying to manipulate the black vote.
Okay.
It's saying, and it's offensive.
You think that works?
It's saying, you want to talk about racism and Trump? What the vice president did is racism against her own people.
All right, let me hear it.
Because the fact of the matter is, Democrats think that black people are stupid.
Hold on a second. Just go ahead. Flesh that out. Maybe you're onto something. I want to see where this is going. No, but what does it mean? What are you trying to say? She's racist. Why? Because she put Megan Thee Stallion on.
With the issues before the black community, with kids dropping out of school in the black community at the rates that they are across the country, with single parent households, and I can talk to that because I'm one that never had a father.
And J.D. Vance does not like you. Single unmarried people.
No. Actually,
he is pissed off at you people.
No. Actually,
and cat people.
No, actually, Senator Vance and I have a lot in common, and it's not a joking matter.
He doesn't like.
It's not a joking matter.
Do you think he's wrong to insult single women?
Because it's not a joking matter.
Should he insult single women like that?
It's not a joking matter, Anthony, because Senator Vance was raised by his grandmother, and so was I.
Okay, did you think so? Do you agree with Vance's position on this?
And unless you're in a position where you know what it's like, the emptiness all your life for your mother to not be in your life.
That's not what he's talking about. He said single cat ladies.
No.
Who is he talking about?
No. You're trying to be a comedian. You're trying to be a comedian.
No, I'm taking his comments. J.D. Vance criticized single women.
You're trying to be a comedian when this is a very
broken household, Dominic. You're trying to make something it's not. You missed his comments, and I'll clear it up as soon as you're ready.
This is a very serious topic, and you don't know what it's like every Mother's Day for your mother to not be around.
That wasn't what J.D. Vance was talking about. He was talking about unmarried women.
You said that I have a lot in common with Senator Vance, and you were trying to be flippant.
No. I was saying that you're opposed to. I was saying,
and the fact of the matter is, I do have a lot in common with him. Because again, I'm going to say it again, and then I'm going to shut up, and you can put on your comedy show.
Okay.
Unless you have to go through every Mother's Day as a child, and you can't honor your mother, because in my case, my mother was in a mental institution. In his case, his mother was dealing with drug addiction. Unless you can understand that emptiness, then you really should keep your mouth shut.
That's a straw man. No one talked anything about single households. He criticized single unmarried women. He did not criticize single households.
From how many years ago?
2 years ago, 2022.
Okay.
And we'll be right back on Left versus Right.
It's the left versus the right. It's a 77 WABC debate. The melee in the metropolis. 77 WABC.
So welcome back to Left versus Right. Anthony Weiner on your left, Dominic Carter on your right. Something that I think we can celebrate. Donald Trump didn't celebrate it, of course, because someone else did it. Hostages coming home. Very complicated deal.
Do you have a Trump problem?
I do have a Trump problem. I have Trump derangement syndrome.
You're admitting that?
Yes.
Because our listeners say online that's exactly what you have.
I believe that he's bad for our country. But we're talking about the hostages. You want to do this first?
No,
I believe he's anti-democratic.
I'm annoyed at what you just said because you were making fun of Senator Vance.
Yes.
And trying to make a comparison to me, and I just said to you that we do have a lot in common because Anthony, it's no laughing, joking matter when Mother's Day comes around and all the other kids are acknowledging.
You know what a
their
straw
mother.
man is, Dominic?
I
did not say anything about that. Why are you criticizing what I did not say anything about that?
Because you were trying to be flippant.
About his statement about something different, Dominic. You can make fun of me for something, but make sure it's something I actually said. I did not say that.
You said that Senator Vance and I have a lot in common, and you were trying to be flippant. And I said
about unmarried women, unmarried women, not women who have broken families. What you're talking about.
And my response to you was that Senator Vance and I do have a lot.
I know you're changing the subject to a straw man.
I'm not.
Stick to this subject. Is he right?
I'm telling you.
Is he right that single unmarried women are the problem in this country?
Listen, man, we're not going to make this personal. You've had your mother in your life. You have an let me finish.
I'm not talking about that.
You have an outstanding mother.
This is a straw man. Go ahead. Burn this straw man down all you want.
You have an outstanding mother that's an educator.
He has a lovely bio. Can we get back to what he said about single women now?
Okay.
He has a lovely bio.
See, you're being disrespectful right now.
No, you're saying I said something I didn't say. You're not going to get away with it.
You did say it. You said, oh, you and Senator Vance have a lot in common.
You both don't like unmarried women.
And I said, first of all, and don't tell me about unmarried women.
That's what he said.
My mother was unmarried. My mother was
single without children. You're intentionally misstating what I'm saying.
No,
you know what Vance
telling
said.
You the real
deal. Vance did not say anything about your situation. You can go back to saying it if you want.
You said it about my situation.
I was talking about what Vance said. This is a ridiculous conversation.
No,
talk.
This
is a ridiculous conversation.
You're trying to be
You know what Vance said. It was not about what you're saying. But go ahead, burn that straw man down.
Anthony.
I did not say anything about that situation of single parents raising kids. You can burn it down all you want. That's not what he was talking about. He was about single unmarried women being a problem in this country because they don't have children.
Anthony, your mom has been in your life as an educator. She
has never been a single unmarried woman that didn't have kids. She had kids. You're sitting across from her. She's a different case.
Okay, you were being flippant for now the fifth time. You said, oh, you and Senator Vance have a lot in common.
Do you really not know what I mean?
Now I'm supposed to interpret what you meant by that.
No, I said it. And I'll say it for the fifth or sixth or seventh time in the last 2 minutes. So Vance has made repeated statements about the plague in the United States of, wait for it, Dominic, single, unmarried women without kids and their cats should not have a voice in our government. That's what I was talking about, because that's what Vance is talking about. Now, you're going off on some element of his story. He's raised with his grandmother. That's great. Love it. We're not talking about that now. You can go ahead, burn the straw man down, but do not forget to respond to what the point I was actually making.
Now you see how you're minimizing that?
Minimizing what?
Do you know?
You're changing the subject.
Do you know? I have no problem.
Look,
I have no problem.
I have no problem with Vance's grandmother.
I would like to be able to say something. I would like to be able to say something.
So long as you don't once again accuse me of saying something or making fun of something I did not do.
I would like to be able to say something in the course of this show.
Go ahead, Dominic.
There are thousands of Americans, and they are called kinship parents, that in the latter years of their life, after they've raised their own kids, there are tough circumstances in families where they have to step in and raise kids again.
What are you talking about now?
Can I finish?
Does this have anything to do with Vance at all?
Okay, can I finish? Senator Vance and I share something deeply in common that is very painful, and a person can never understand it unless you're in that situation.
That's great.
So when you
can we now talk about what he said about single cat ladies?
Here and try and do one line about him and his grandmother and then say move on. No,
Not his grandmother. I never said his grandmother. Would you stop doing this?
I'm not going to just...
I didn't say his grandmother.
I'm not going to just move on.
Christmas.
And why was he raised by his grandmother?
I'm not talking about his grandmother.
Why was he raised by his grandmother?
Turn off my mic. It doesn't matter.
Why was he raised by his grandmother? He was raised by his grandmother, Anthony, because his mother...
He didn't say anything this week about his grandmother. He said it about single, unmarried, childless cat ladies. You're not going to answer that because it's indefensible. You defended a racist. You defended an anti-Semite, but you won't. You refuse to defend Vance on attacking single cat ladies who don't have kids, saying they shouldn't rise to the position of leadership. Say they should be taxed more.
Do you know?
You want to change it to your grandmother, to his grandmother, to anything but what I'm talking about.
Do you know anything about drug addiction, or are you just talking for the sake of talking?
Oh yeah, I do know a little bit about drug addiction.
What do you know
Dominic?
about drug addiction?
That my brother died in addict. Besides that,
okay, all right, okay. So your brother died, and I'm really sorry for that.
That's fine, but we're not talking about Seth right now.
It's not fine, and
That's
really,
not what JD Vance was talking about.
I'm really sorry.
That's cool, man. I know the problem with it. I talk about it on my show all the time.
Okay.
But can we get back to what JD Vance?
You want to dictate everything that's coming out of my mouth, and you want to steer the direction in which it goes.
Dominic, you said I said something I didn't say.
Now, Anthony,
I didn't say anything about Vance's grandmother. Did I, Dominic?
You said this is what set up this entire tirade. You just said, Anthony, you and Senator Vance, you have something in common.
You both don't like single women.
And how could you say I don't like single women when my mother her entire life was a single woman?
That's not JD Vance's line. Are you being intentionally obtuse? Did you not hear what JD Vance said over and over again?
So that's
what we're talking about. We're not talking about the other thing. I'll be fine about hillbilly elegy whenever you want. But can we talk about his outrageous comments that you either should defend or don't defend, but don't change the subject to say something I said something I didn't say.
My friend, Anthony, you know I like you.
I like you too, pal.
You are becoming unhinged. You really are.
Well, that's progress because you've said I've been unhinged. So that means I was rehinged and now I'm unhinged again. I'm talking about something different than you are, Dominic. Okay. And you want to keep talking about it, pretending I changed the subject. I did not. I'm not talking about his grandmother or your grandmother. I'm talking about his comments about how single, unmarried cat ladies are the problem in this country over and over again. He said it over the years.
Okay, so
that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, so I will deal with that, but please indulge me for 15 seconds.
Oh, come on, you've done it over and over again. I understand. He's got a great biography of his grandmother.
You do as well. Indulge me for 15 seconds before we can go on to what you want to talk about. If you repeat yourself, I'm going to interrupt you. Okay, so wait, listen. No, it's about grandmothers, okay? Now, no,
they're amazing. Grandmothers are amazing. They're all voting for Harris.
Anthony, come on, man. Stop it.
Go ahead. I am not.
Because right now you're embarrassing yourself.
You're pretending that I said something I didn't say. That's a form of lying.
Stop it, Anthony. Please stop it.
Okay? Go ahead.
Now, 15 seconds on grandmothers.
Go ahead.
All right.
Grandmothers.
For many of us around the country that we were not raised by our mothers, it's a very sensitive topic, and our grandmothers mean the world to us, man. I'm trying to be straight up with you.
That's great.
Okay, wait. I'm almost done. If you don't be so flippant, if you just chill for a second. So now let's put the grandmother thing aside. What Senator Vance said is an old comment, and I'm sure. Okay, you're shaking your head. No. So, okay, all right.
He said it during his campaign of 2020.
I'm trying to respond, and you won't even let me respond.
Because you're starting from a place that's wrong. He said in 2022 when he was running for office.
2 years ago.
That's old? Okay. That's old. Okay. Just because he didn't say it this week.
Okay, so can I answer?
Just do it on the substance. Don't do this old. Just do it on the. Defend him on the substance.
Okay, so can I
run away from this guy?
Why don't you just tell me everything?
Just run away from this guy.
Since you got all the answers,
Dominic. When your candidate,
listen, I'm a grown ass man. When you don't get to tell me what to do,
my dude. It was candidate says something racist. Say it's wrong.
Say you.
When he says something,
say you.
It doesn't
say
take.
You.
It doesn't. No,
what
me? What you go out in the street and ask any bozo walking in the street whether Donald Trump's a racist? They're going to say he is.
And you know what I would say to that?
I know you say I love him anyway.
No, I'd say are they a?
You say I follow my cult leader.
Okay,
I follow him. I walk like a blindly wherever he tells me to go, and I defend him, even no matter how outrageous he says anti-Semitic things. I defend him when he says racism. I defend him when he insults cat ladies. I defend them. Because I am so far in the bag for Donald Trump, I can't even realize I'm in a bag anymore.
Anthony, if you don't stop, the tabloids are going to pick up on this segment if you don't stop.
That can't hurt.
Of course it could hurt. It could hurt both of us. We don't want that.
Dominic, we don't want that. I think being someone calling out a racist is a good thing in America.
Okay, but you're stomping around the room like a
mummy. I'm hypnotized by Donald Trump.
Right. And you know that the tabloids will put this on page 1 if you don't stop.
What are you talking about? Me calling out Donald Trump as a racist? Bring him in. Someone get page 6 on the phone. Tell him that I called Donald Trump a racist. And by the way, I got to wait online to do that. There's like thousands and thousands. He went to a gathering of black reporters, and he was a racist.
Okay, so wait.
He got on a call here at ABC and was an anti-Semite. He called when someone called. He said Harris doesn't like Jewish people when she's married to one. She said that Jewish person, when someone called him a crappy Jew, he agreed with it. He says Chuck Schumer has become a Palestinian. He says Harris was Indian all the way, and then all of a sudden she made a turn and she became a black person. He questioned the birth certificate of Barack Hussein Obama. He says that Nikki Haley might not even be a citizen of this country. Your cult leader is a racist POS.
You done?
Yeah, that's why I did that whole at the end.
You feel better now?
You know what? In a weird way, calling out racism, I kind of do. It feels right. It feels like what I'm here to do on Left versus Right.
Okay. Now, if only you knew what the you were talking about. Now, I don't use words like that.
I quoted that dude.
I don't use words like that.
I quoted your cult leader.
Okay, I don't use words like that. But that's how crazy it is what you just said.
You know what crazy is? Talk about Hannibal Lecter at every rally. What is that about?
Here we go back to
I'm
this
curious.
nonsense.
No, but do you explain this one to me and to our listeners? What is his obsession with Hannibal Lecter?
Hey, listen, man. Here it is. It's Saturday afternoon. I only get off Sundays, and even on Sundays, I'm back to work. And so
this is work for you.
How much time do we have left?
This is work for you.
Because this is my only day off.
We didn't even get a chance.
This is my only day off.
Here are your two choices.
I can't say a word.
Oh, you asked a question.
This is my only day off, right? And I want to go home on this Saturday afternoon and put on some shorts and
listen to Vinny Medugno
and relax. Yeah, Vinny's going to do a great job.
Cousin Brucey.
But Vinny's gonna chastise both of us in a few minutes. But I want to go home and relax, man. Enjoy the rest. All right,
we have two more issues
because right now you're unhinged, and if you don't stop, both of us are going to be on page 1 of the tabloids.
Racism pisses me off.
With you walking around the studio here, Studio 77, like a mummy.
I'm an anti-racist. Yeah, it's my thing. All right, we had 2 more issues. You get to pick
how much time do we have left? Because I can't take too much more.
We don't have a lot of time left. You got a couple of minutes.
Minutes. Okay.
Two issues. Both of them. Joe Biden, incredible accomplishment bringing those hostages home. Don't you think?
You know that they're critics of it. See, unlike you, I'll give Biden credit for getting the deal done.
And Donald Trump, who thinks only about himself, is criticizing the deal.
Oh, my God.
All right. This last issue, I don't know the facts of it.
Okay.
So these 2 boxers, one of them is... Okay, I don't know how to set this up. One of them is more masculine than the other.
No, one is a biological woman. To tell the truth, one is a biological woman, and the other one looks like a straight-up man.
I know.
Doesn't even look like a transgender athlete.
No, but they're not transgender. They're biologically women. They're both raised women, always been women on their passports and everything
I don't know about that.
But one of them,
I don't know about that. Because I understand the point you're making, but one has failed a test and didn't go through.
No, one of them has an X, like his XY or something like that.
Right,
but
correct.
I will admit I don't know the. But here's the thing, if you are a winning athlete in the Olympics, you are an athletic freak anyway, right? All of these athletes they're like ripped and jacked and big and strong, like they're all. I don't know why this is an issue in politics. Let's let the sports guys sort out how they make their rules.
How much time do we have left in this segment?
About 50 seconds.
Thank God. Because for you to justify this... With that
I didn't realize I was.
It's not funny, Anthony. The woman was punched in the face. Said she had never been hit.
She's a boxer.
Said she had never been hit that hard.
Her literal job is getting punched in the face.
How much time do we have left? I can't take too much more of you.
You want a countdown or what?
I can't take too much more of you today. I want to go home and enjoy my Saturday before I have to come back to work tomorrow evening.
Dominic, did you hear that John and Margo want to make this a 90-minute show? Anthony Weiner on your left, Dominic Carter on your right. It's been great having you on live.
I love you.
I love you too, my man.
I still love you. Hopelessly wrong. Vinny's going to take the music. Vinny's going to talk about both of us right now.
By the way, we need a little quiet music after this yelling and screaming.
Agreed.
Have a great week. We'll see you next week on Left versus Right.